Well, hello everybody and welcome to Royal Ascot. Today, the eve before the 300th Royal Ascot meeting begins. It's been a long time in the making, but over the years there's been some monumental moments. When you think of the recent history, Yates in the Gold Cup, so many great horses, and this week we have some big names coming out yet again. And the very first race we're going to have a look at is the Queen Anne. Traditionally, the race that gets Royal Ascot underway. And this year, what a clash we've got. Canford Cliffs, twice a winner here. In 2009, he was simply dazzling in the Coventry.
And Canford Cliffs is stretching well. Oh, he looks really smart. Canford Cliffs wins the Coventry.
No matter who the contenders are, there's only two big names that matter. And surely Goldie Cove is going to have to be at absolute best to beat Canford Cliffs this year in the Queen Anne.
Goldie Cove is catching with each and every stride. Are we to see history this afternoon? Here's Bucko Boy late, but no, Goldie Cove, a true champion. 3 Breeders' Cup wins.
One of the international features on the opening day at Royal Ascot is the King's Stand Stakes. Runners come from around the world to tackle the straight 5 here at Ascot. 1,000 metres in a straight line, and it's considered one of the stiffest sprinting tests in this part of the world. The reason? It's a climbing track. The other reason is you must be close to the pace. History says in this particular race it's very hard to come from off the speed. You can sit behind the pace, but you give the leaders 3 lengths, you don't win the King's Stand. And of course, being international means horses have come from around the world. And one of the biggest names in racing in North America, a multiple Eclipse winner, multiple champion trainer in the US of A, is Todd Pletcher. And his run at Bridgetown is prepared by assistant trainer Ginny Pasquale.
Ginny, leading US trainer Todd Pletcher, he's brought 2 horses out here for Royal Ascot this year. Let's talk about Bridgetown firstly. How's he settled in?
He's actually, he's settled in. He made the trip quite well. He was a little tired, as be expected, but he's settled in and he seems like he's quite happy here. Yeah.
Enjoying the local environment, it must be quite different for these American horses coming to the English countryside, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. Compared to Belmont Park, it's totally chaotic sometimes with so many horses on the track, and this is like a lovely vacation for them.
Now tell us about Bridgetown. He's over for the King's Stand over the 5 furlong on Tuesday. Got a pretty good record, 12 starts for 6 wins and 3 placings, all on the turf.
Yeah, he's a hard trier for sure. You can expect him to always show up. He's going to be right there, we know. So we're expecting a lot from him.
He's coming off some pretty handy form and a good run last start at Churchill Downs.
Yeah, he was second in the Breeders' Cup and he ran well in Churchill. So we're expecting him to run well.
What sort of style of a racehorse is he? Is he a get-back horse? Will he race on the pace?
Yeah, he stays off the pace just a bit and then makes a run. But he doesn't stay back too far. He pretty much stays with the pace and then makes one good run.
Now you've also brought the filly over here, More Than Real, and she looks like a really nice type of filly.
Yeah, she is. She's another one that runs very well. Seemed like every time she runs, she does well. She hasn't had that many starts, but she's a hard trier also.
She's travelled over okay and settled in?
Yeah. She's like I said, she was a little tired also, but the second day she just popped back, and today she's doing well. Yeah, she's quite happy.
We saw them both canter or do a bit of work here this morning. What did you make of all of that?
Well, they looked like they were going very well. The filly was tugging on the bit a bit, and she was galloping along nicely, and the colt was in front of her, and he had his ears pricked and looked quite happy.
Her form coming into this race is also very strong. She's had the 3 starts now for 2 wins, and also impressed at the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, she really did well in the Breeders' Cup. She had a nice run there and drew off and won nicely, so we were very pleased with that.
She's also got quite a celebrity owner in the Iron Chef, yes. Bobby Play.
Yeah, Bobby Play, yeah, celebrity chef, yeah, so he'll be here, and he's a very nice man, very, very nice, yeah. So.
She's entered for the Coronation, which is over the mile. Has she run over the trip before?
No, in the Breeders' Cup it was a mile and a 16th, and I think the mile will suit her very well. Yeah, she seems like she's going to fit very well into this race.
You're not concerned with the gap between runs? She looks fairly forward.
That can be a concern, yeah. You want to get them as fit as you can. You just don't want to overdo it, so the gap can be a concern, but I think she'll do well.
So looking ahead towards the race day, you're quietly confident on both fronts?
I think they'll both run well. Yeah, I'm I'd be surprised if they didn't, but I think they'll both put in a good showing.
Another of the international contenders is a horse known as the Budapest Bullet. His name is Overdose. He might have been disappointing in the Temple Stakes at his last run, but the track was good to firm. And now that rain has fallen and the track is considered to have cushion in it, he comes in as one of the horses that could step up and be a fairy tale victor of the King's Stand. Here at Hopper Garden, he showed enormous turn of foot, and his jockey Andreas Suberik says on his day he's as good as any sprinter on the planet.
Overdose auf dem Weg zurück zu großer Klasse. Wir werden es sehen. Heute gibt es keinen Gegner an Hoppergarten gegen Overdose. Overdose gewinnt gegen Shot to Nothing.
The English are always hoping they can win their race at the King's Stand, and their hopes seem to lie this year on Soul Power. Soul Power was a big surprise last year when Star Spangled Banner went out as a hot favourite in the Nunthorpe.
And inside the furlong they come. Soul Power has quickened up to lead. Star Spangled Banner is the final challenger. A 1-2 for Ireland at the moment. Soul Power hanging on from Star Spangled Banner. Soul Power springs a surprise and wins the Nunthorpe from Star Spangled Banner.
The Australians have been dominant in the King's Stand Stakes, having won 4 of the last 8. And this year their team is not big in numbers, but it's big in quality. The Australian that stepped up to the mark is Star Witness, and we caught up with Danny O'Brien in his preparation in the past week.
Danny, Star Witness arrived safe and well from his travels over from Australia.
Yeah, he seems to have taken it reasonably well. It was a long enough trip, sort of 36 hours door to door, but he's in some really nice surroundings here and he's settling in well.
Any weight loss on the way over for him?
Oh, just sort of what you'd expect. You know, he's probably dropped about 15 kilos, but that'll come back pretty quick. The horse is eating well enough and his fluids have been good, so nothing to worry about.
How's he settled into the environments of Newmarket?
Yeah, he's all a bit new to him at the moment. He's certainly taking it all in, and he's getting a little bit busy out on the gallops, but each day he goes out there, hopefully he'll settle down a bit better.
We saw him this morning on the Alba Hathaway. He looked to be fairly keen and fresh out there.
Yeah, he was. He certainly got a little bit stirred up there and wanted to go probably a little bit keener than we would have liked, but as long as he just gets a little bit more relaxed each day, I don't think we've got too much to worry about.
What about the plans for him between now and Tuesday?
Well, we'll give him one decent gallop, and that'll probably be Friday or Saturday, and then he'll be ready to go. He's come over here pretty fit. He had a strong trial at Werribee the Friday before he got on the plane, and we'd really only need to just give him that one gallop, and then he'll be ready for the 1,000 on the Tuesday.
With his good form down the straight at Flemington, Ascot would really sort of be right up his alley, you'd think.
Yes, look, it's something I've had in mind for the horse, really since he was a 2-year-old, that the course would suit him, and he does enjoy the straight course. So, Ascot's not that dissimilar to Flemington. It's got a little bit more of an incline, but it's not. For the tracks over here, it's reasonably flat. So, we've had this in mind for a long time, and hoping that we can get the job done.
Hong Kong's been successful in the King's Stand at Royal Ascot in the past with Cape of Good Hope. And this year to South African trainer Tony Millard, a multiple champion in his home country, that represents Hong Kong with his mare Sweet Sinette. She's quick, she's speedy, she'll be on the pace. And all week Bev Millard, Tony's wife, has been looking over the preparation of Sweet Sinette.
Beverly, Sweet Sinette's over here for the King's Stand. How's she travelled over from Hong Kong?
She travelled very well. She arrived on Saturday afternoon. First couple of days a little bit unsettled, but very pleased the way she settled in, relaxed. She's enjoying the English tracks here. So everything good.
We saw her have a bit of work this morning. What do you make of all that?
I was very happy. She did her last gallop in Hong Kong on Thursday, so we're basically just taking it easy through to the race. We had a lead horse today just to give it a little bit of company, and I'm very happy with the way she worked.
And looking at her form before she came over, she's got some outstanding credentials coming into this race. I mean, she's won quite a few races, and she's also the track record holder at Happy Valley. Yes, it's always tough for a filly in Hong Kong. You've got to have a good filly to make it worthwhile coming there, because they've got to take on the colts and the geldings all the time. She's done nothing wrong. She's won 4, she's won a Group 3, she's run up in local Group 1s and Group 3s, taking on horses like Sacred Kingdom. I mean, everybody knows Sacred Kingdom and how good he is, and she's good. She's competitive. Now, looking ahead to Tuesday in the King's Stand, Jamie Spencer takes the ride. Yeah, that's correct. Yes. And how do you see the race unfolding? She's a very fast horse. Is she a likely leader, or will she sit off the pace? No, she'll be up with the pace. She'll be right there. Level of confidence going into Tuesday? Well, we wouldn't be here if we didn't think she didn't have a chance. So she's fit and she's well, and we're here to give it a full go.
If there's one horse that the world will be stopping to watch, It's Frankel. He was simply brilliant in the Guineas, and he started his 3-year-old campaign with a huge reputation of a victory in the Dewhurst Stakes.
Frankel has come to join Roderick O'Connor. Dream Ahead is labouring behind them in 4th position. Frankel has the lead as they head up towards the line. Roderick O'Connor is 2 lengths behind him against the rails, but it's Frankel. The reputation was high and he's going to conquer it. And it's Frankel who wins the Dewhurst. In 2nd place, Roderick O'Connor, and then a tight thing for 3rd.
And then he returned in the Guineas, and this was the race that made the world stop and take notice of Frankel.
Frankel is 15 lengths clear. Frankel is heading down towards the last quarter mile. He's making every yard of the running here. DUBBO, EGOLD and Native Khan have moved into 2nd and 3rd places. Parfork is behind him in 3rd place. Into the dip. Frankel continues to be in front. He's 6 or 7 lengths clear. To DUBBO, EGOLD is coming to 2nd. Native Khan in 3rd position. Inside the last furlong, a horse who is pure class. Frankel has destroyed them from halfway. An amazing performance as Frankel heads towards the line to make every single yard in the Guineas and win it well.
Frankel might be the star and the horse that deserves to be odds-on favourite, and he looks impossible to beat. But the Japanese have got a star, and his name is Grand Prix Boss. In Japan, the featured 3-year-old mile race is called the NHK Mile, and Grand Prix Boss, ridden by the Australian Craig Williams, was dominant that day.
Grand Prix Boss getting to it stride with stride. Grand Prix Boss goes to the lead. Cotillion out wide is the one, and along the fence Asian Osman and Late Real Impact. It's still Grand Prix Boss, and the second favourite gets up to run 2nd.
Kita, Grand Prix Boss is over in Ascot now for the St James Palace Stakes. How's the horse travelled over from Japan?
Yeah, it took a very long time, but he was keeping a good condition during the trip. And after he arrived in Newmarket, he settled in very well. He likes the environment here, so he's in a very fit.
Well, we know he's your champion 3-year-old miler over there. Tell us a little bit more about him.
Yeah, he was an outstanding 2-year-old. He's won Group 2 over the 1400 meter, then only the Group 1 for 2-year-old horses in Japan in over mile. He won both, and this year he's won another Group 1 for the 1600 meter. So at the spring of 3-year-old, he's already won 2 Group 1s and 1 Group 2. It's outstanding.
We saw him work up Warren Hill this morning. Is that the plan? You happy with all that?
Yeah, all happy with that. We sometimes have a canter, both Warren here and Long Hill, and the training facilities, canters, gallops here, they're marvelous. So we got plenty of choice to do track work. So all happy with that.
So we now look forward to the racing on Tuesday, and of course quite a daunting task perhaps going up against Frankel.
Yeah, but it's very exciting thing for us and for all the Japanese racing fans too, to have a chance to run against Frankel.
And quietly confident of a good bold showing?
I would say so.
Another of the locals that's been behind Frankel recently is DUBBO, EGOLD. He stepped across the shores to Ireland to try and win the Irish 2000 Guineas. It wasn't a clean trip, but you watch the race and you can't help but think he's got a chance to be in the finish in the St James's Palace.